So what we're gonna do is try to figure out the slope, the gradient, we're gonna figure out the relief and the gradient of this creek. Intermittent stream, the one. This stream right here is intermittent, it's going into the Merced River. This is a permanent stream, this is where Sullivan Mine goes in here. This is a tributary coming into this other stream. It's an intermittent, see the dots that are there? Solid means it's permanent year round. The dotted ones means that only during the rainy seasons do we have river water in it, so it goes dry a lot. So we are gonna measure the relief and gradient from the beginning up here down to the mouth. The headwaters to the mouth, actually, not the headwaters, but the top of the mouth, from up here to here. So the first thing we have to do is what? Figure the relief. We have to mark the elevations. We don't have, it doesn't tell us what the contour interval is here. We've got to figure that out first. So if we look at looking at different points here, we can figure out, like just looking here, I thought this is 6600 map of line here. In this one, if I follow this dark line around, remember the dark lines are your index lines. Brown lines are just regular contour lines. You gotta figure out how much space is in between contour lines. This is, every fifth one is gonna be darker. So if I'm right here, that, and I've got this, and so I'm going to count the spaces, so I'm just going to do the math. 6,600 minus 6,400 is 200 feet difference between all of those. So there are 5 spots, 5 lines in between them, so we're going to divide it by 5. 5 will go into 200 40 times. So that means contour interval is 40 feet. Between each one of the regular contour lines is 40 feet difference in elevation. So so I need to figure out what this point is with the elevation of this spot right up here. I know here is, this is 6,400. I'm going north. So I'm going higher up. Oh, this will be easy. I can do this. 40 feet more. And this one is 40 feet more. If I could add there. But you notice that my mark is not on the line. That top line gets cut off. So it's a little bit less. So I've got to figure out, I've got to just sort of pick a number. I know that it's less than 6480, but it's not 6440. It's almost on 6480. So I am just going to pick a number that's really close. I'm going to pick 6475 as this point right here where it goes off the map. Everybody follow me? Something a little bit less than the next contour line, which is 6480. I know I'm not exact, but it's going to be close.
Wait, what?
And then I have to figure out the point here. Why don't you all work on this? You're going to be starting with this 6,200 it's subtracting 40, 40, and then figuring out what this spot is here. Why don't you try to figure that out?
What up, nigga? How you doing? What?
40. Really nice if I had this already done here. Subtract 40. So I know it's less than 6140, something less than that, but it's not gonna be 6100 because there's not another contour line. It has to be something in between. I've got quite a bit of space here, so it could be, but I really have no indication of what it would be. Question?
How did you get 6140 from going
I'm
down?
subtracting, did I get the wrong number?
I think so.
Okay. Thank you. That is when you subtract incorrectly and you don't look at your notes either. Thank you. Okay, so subtract 40, so something less than 6120, but more than whatever the next number would be, the 6,080, or something in between. So what number are we gonna pick? Pretty close to that number. Six what? 690? Okay, that will work. That looks like one of the times I've tried this, that's what I was. We don't know. This is where we can guess we're gonna be getting close. So we have, so now we have, okay, we've got top elevation, a bottom elevation. We need to subtract those. So 6475 minus 6,090. Subtract that out. 9, 15, that's not right. That'll be 8. Okay. 385, is that right?
Yep.
Okay, I have 385, so that's, the relief is 385 feet,
What?
385 feet is the relief. Now I wanna know the gradient. How do I figure that out?
Wait, what?
Did I, is my math wrong? Right here? Yeah, 885, I'll just have to check that. 557. Yeah. Yeah, except that's a 3, yeah, that's right, 385. So I have, no place left to write. Okay, here's the fun part here. We've got 385 feet is your relief. Now we need a distance. Now, we are doing a stream. You don't do a straight line. Stream is curvy. You'll get to do this later on in the Houston map, where it's really curvy. But what we're gonna do is take a scrap of paper, and we're gonna just mark the top.
This is ridiculous.
And we're not gonna do a straight line, we're gonna follow the curve, so we're gonna very carefully move this over. Keep moving it over. And we have a rough idea of the distance. And we are changing the scale. So this right here, this is 1 mile instead of feet. So use your tick marks and measure it. Spencer, you have a question?
So why is it 375 or 6,475 and 6,090? Why are we going from 6,090 to 6,475? We're only measuring from A to B.
We're measuring from here to here. Gotta get the wrong number. We're just measuring from here down to here. So we're measuring all that length because that's the distance of the river. And we're gonna divide that into the relief.
Okay. All right.
So what is that distance? This is mine. What's the distance? Measuring this distance right here. And we're using this down here as the scale. Anybody have another number? Okay, let's see. Anybody else do this? You'll get to do it again. You'll get to do it this afternoon on the mini use map, and you'll also get to do this on the test. I will give you something to help you follow the screen a little bit better. Or a twist tie, one or the other. Okay, I got 3.3 when I did it. Oh, my scale's different. Ah, that's the difference. My scale is different than yours. I didn't do it on you. So you had, what's your number? 4? So the distance 4 miles. Divide the 4 into the top number.
Why
And
the
you
fuck
get-
are we doing this?
That is what the gradient is. I'll let you all do the math. So divide that and you end up with feet per mile. $85 feet, that's not right, it's something like that. I do math in my head.
I'll figure it before I